Is it possible to beat Pokemon Heart Gold with just a Poliwrath? That was what I was about to answer with my next solo run. Heart Gold was a different beast than the other Pokemon games that I had solo ran so far, as I had not only the regular 8 badges in the Elite Four, but also all the Kanto badges and Red. Thankfully, RNG was on our side when we picked our random starter, which was Poliwrath this time, as it had great stats to start, a decent starting moveset, and access to a whole bunch of TMs. I did think that our typing might cause a bit of an issue for the first badge, seeing as it was the flying type and we were weak to it, but our decent special attack stat paired with the fact that we had access to Stab Bubble Beam from level 1 meant we got through pretty quick. Another Pokemon that lots of people have trouble with is Whitney's Miltank. However, having access to Stab Submission as well as a very high attack stat means we got rid of the cow very quickly. In fact, we got through most of the Johto region fairly unscathed, really only losing a lot of attempts to the Dragon type gym, but that was mostly because we were under leveled at that point. But we managed to beat Claire at level 54, and after losing a few times to our rival, we got to the Elite Four at level 58. At that point, we suffered a couple defeats to Will, the Psychic type E4 member, but eventually muscled our way through with a combo of Ice Punch and Brick Break. Using Earthquake, we were able to take out Koga pretty quickly, used a combo of Earthquake and Brick Break for Bruno, Brick broke Karen, and then we were at Lance, who really wasn't much of a match, as we could just Ice Punch our way to victory. And with that, we entered the Hall of Fame with Gerald the Poliwrath at level 65. But our work here wasn't done. Taking on the Kanto gym leaders, we started with Lieutenant Surge, which we managed to beat pretty easily with Earthquake. Our next challenge was actually the toughest of all the Kanto leaders with Misty. We didn't really have a good answer to take out the water types, especially since her lead Golduck had Psychic, which kind of ruined us. But eventually we were able to take her out at level 73. After that, there really wasn't that much more in the Kanto region since the postgame in Heart Gold is a little lacking in this region. And we mopped up the rest of the Kanto leaders, ending with Blue at level 81. At that point, it was time for the ultimate challenge in the game, taking on Pokemon Trainer Red. In prepping for the fight, I knew that I could only take one attack from Pikachu and then nothing from the rest of the Mons, because I really couldn't take 2 Electro Balls and live. And for a couple hours, that's what we were doing. We were trying pretty much every strategy, usually using a combo of Ice Punch, Earthquake, and Brick Break to get through the team. But we could never really get past Red's Lapras or Snorlax to win the game. And in my rule set, since I level up every time I faint, if I get to level 100 and faint, the run is over. With my back against the wall at level 98, one of my chatters suggested I try out Belly Drum. So I took out Pikachu with 1 Earthquake and then pressed Belly Drum, staring down the Venusaur. And with the hail pouring down every turn dealing chunk damage to us, we were able to take out Red and live with 7 HP. That is Pokemon Heart Gold with just a Poliwrath. Oh my god.